CPS is a consumer problem survey that we run at the Georgetown Institute for Consumer Research. We administer it to about 1,000 people once a month, basically asking them what are the top of mind and most pressing problems that they have that they're considering trying to solve with some solution in the marketplace.
The CPS is a one-of-a-kind survey. It asks consumers about their problems. It does this because problem recognition is really the first step to any time a consumer makes a purchase. So for example, if you realize you're hungry, you go out and buy some food. If you realize your car is making funny noises, you go to the mechanic.
We hope to have really good predictions of when and where consumers are going to enter the marketplace as shoppers. Typically, marketers don't realize that a consumer is in the marketplace until they see them actually in the store. So it's a hard thing to anticipate when they're going to get there. Well, maybe online you get to see that they're shopping by searching some information. Here, we might be able to anticipate as far out as 3, 6, maybe even 9 months where consumers are going to be going to try and solve their problems.
So every month the CPS asks 1,000 consumers about their problems. It does this so we can track consumer problems over time and hopefully eventually predict what they're going to purchase in the future.
We've learned that actually there's not as many problems as you would think. I mean, you can imagine what's the total space of consumer problems. Maybe it's in the thousands or 10,000s. We've been able to boil it down to about 250 basic problems that most people have on a relatively recurring basis. When we ask people to come up with their problems, it turns out that about 95% of people can fit one of their problems into one of those 250 categories. It took us a while to find out what those 250 categories are, but now that we've got them, we're pretty sure we cover most of the space of most of the problems people have.
As consumers' confidence goes up, so does the number of problems that they have. This really suggests that kind of as their comfort with the economic situation increases, they realize they have more problems that they can fix. So this really suggests to us that in the long term, the CPS is really going to be a leading economic indicator on par with the Consumer Confidence Index or the Consumer Sentiment Index.
One of the challenges with something like this is we need it to stay consistent over time so that we can compare the results from one period to the next. But of course, it has to also be alive so that it's contemporary. As we've been going on, we've been adding some problems to the list, ones that maybe hadn't come up before. We've also looked to add other measures of sentiment, things like consumer sentiment and consumer confidence, to get a sense for how well consumer problems anticipate those sorts of sentiments in the future.
There's a couple things we're looking to do with the CPS in the future. One of those is to take the CPS global, and the second thing we want to ask consumers about their problems in real time. In order to do that, what we're going to do is send consumers surveys via text message.
Right now we do a series of things. The first thing that we do is monthly we create a report that summarizes the main findings from that month's report. We also then come out quarterly with reports that go into a deeper dive